I'm Nina McLaughlin, and this is News You Can Trust. Next Monday, Judge Neil Gorsuch will begin his confirmation hearings. These hearings can last 3 to 4 days. Last week, 57 of Neil Gorsuch's Harvard Law classmates signed a letter of support for his nomination. His classmates' political opinions range across the spectrum. Here's a quote from their letter. From the days we first met Neil when we attended Harvard Law School to today, Neil Gorsuch's decency and character have always been unmistakable. Neil's intellectual curiosity, respect for divergent opinions, diversity of interests, willingness to consider all sides of an issue, generosity of spirit, and genuine caring and interest in others have remained consistent. To show your support for conservative Judge Neil Gorsuch, please go to MaineGOP.com/SCOTUS. In the matter of Judge Neil Gorsuch's nomination, your voice carries even more weight. Senator Angus King has not come out in support of Judge Neil Gorsuch yet, but he hasn't come out in opposition either. We believe that if you reach out to Senator Angus King today and through the weekend, we can win his vote. Please call one or all of Senator Angus King's offices today and through the weekend and encourage Senator King to support the nomination of Judge Neil Gorsuch. During a roundtable discussion with automotive executives and union members, President Trump promised he would do some wonderful work so long as the CEOs kept creating and protecting American jobs. You may recall right after election, President Trump got to work right away with ensuring jobs stay here in America by talking to Ford Motor Companies and having them shut down plans for a plant in Mexico and keeping the jobs here in our country. Do you know that over 7,000 Mainers earn their living working in the logging industry or industries directly connected? This past week, Congressman Coughlin introduced a new piece of legislation called the Future Logging Career Act to make it easier for young people to enter and work in this industry. The timber harvesting industry contributes over $880 million each year to Maine's economy. Congressman Coughlin's piece of legislation will help Maine continue its long and proud heritage of providing jobs within our working forests. Next Monday, there will be a public hearing on Senator Dana Dow's most recent piece of legislation, LD 571, which aims to eliminate the 3% surtax. Please remember, we're still achieving the goal set by the referendum for education funding. We've just found a way to do it that will do no harm to Maine's economy. If you have time, please come to this hearing. It will be on Monday, March 20th at 1 p.m. in the State House in room 127. If you can't make it to the meeting, or if you're interested in still being a citizen co-sponsor on this piece of legislation, please visit MaineGOP.com/3%. Surprising new data from DHHS shows Maine's welfare dollars being spent out of state in places like the Virgin Islands, Hawaii, and even Disney World. In total, from 2011 to 2015, 65 million welfare dollars were spent out of state. State Senator Eric Brakey has introduced LD 886. An act that will prohibit Mainers from using at least some of their taxpayer-funded welfare benefits out of state. If you'd like to be a citizen co-sponsor on this important piece of legislation, please go to MaineGOP.com/support886. Earlier this week, Maine GOP found shocking audio from a legislative committee meeting in which two Democratic representatives discuss increasing welfare benefits for non-Mainers, specifically immigrants, in an effort to lure them into the state. Representative Scott Hammond piled on the pro-welfare bandwagon by asserting this.
If it's only going to cost us a couple $1 million, that seems like a heck of an investment. So I'd be interested to see, if there is data out there showing that people are coming for the benefits. I personally want to double down on it if it's going to get more workers here and improve our economy.
Also, Representative Jennifer Parker openly discussed and attacked the governor's welfare reforms. In criticizing the proposals, she stated that, quote, Mainers can only last at the backbreaking work for a certain amount of time. in justifying her support for welfare policies she believes will attract more immigrants to do manual labor. Don't believe me? Listen here.
But when they do hire people from Maine, Mainers, they can only last at the back-breaking work for a certain amount of time. And then the other issue with that is if they do take those positions, they lose their benefits.
You guys, we can't make this stuff up. No matter how much they lose at the polls or how many forums they hold across the state, the Democrats are becoming the party of more welfare, less work, and more insults for hardworking Mainers. As noted in last week's News You Can Trust, the Portland Press-Herald reported that Representative Tipping violated Maine ethics laws for months by not disclosing his PAC payments. Maine Ethics Commission Executive Director Jonathan Wayne said the following, quote, "After speaking to Representative Tipping, the Commission staff is viewing this preliminary as a likely violation of the requirement for legislators to file a statement for the current calendar year if there is a substantial change in their employment." This week, Maine GOP Chair Demi Kazunas applauded the actions of the Androscoggin County Republican Committee and the University of Maine College Republicans for making public statements against Representative Tipping's unethical behavior. Thank you for taking a stand. Grassroots activists like you make all the difference. Have you ever thought about joining your local Republican county committee? County committees raise money to support Republican candidates, they volunteer for Republican candidates, they host public forums on issues, and they help out with raising money for nonprofits, and so much more. If you'd like to get involved in your local county committee, please go to mainegop.com/county committees. Thank you for watching this episode of News You Can Trust. Be sure to share it with your friends on social media. For more videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you'd like to see more information on what we're doing at the party, go to mainegop.com. We know we're not reporters, but you can trust us.